celebration to mark 50 years of national service. The NS 50 event was officially launched today. It was followed by the oath-taking ceremony of a new batch of recruits at the Basic Military Training Centre in Pulau Tekong. The 100 recruits were joined by their families and about 100 pioneer soldiers. Dr. Ng also opened a new gallery in Tekong. It's a permanent exhibition that showcases the journey of NS. Among the year-long celebrations is a roving exhibition around Singapore. There's also an NS Week in August. NS 50 is not just about celebrating the milestone, it's also a time for reflection on the need for national service in Singapore. Young Wai Kit with the story.
The start of a new journey, a new commitment to protect and serve the nation.
With my life, with my life.
No better event than this enlistment ceremony to stress the importance of national service.
Some say small countries should not waste time. Waste your time, waste your effort, waste your resources, because as a small country, you will never be able to protect yourselves adequately anyway.
And this question got some young ones thinking.
You start to defend it, or else I believe you do not have the right to say that you're from this country and this country is yours.
Dr. Ng also pointed out that small countries that are unwilling to build strong defense forces often end up with regrets.
Following the end of the Cold War, countries like Lithuania abolished NS. Instead of stability, barely 2 decades after the end of the Cold War, came the annexation of Crimea and the troubles in Ukraine. Today, Lithuania wants to reinstate national service in the face of bold aggression, but find it almost impossible to raise a strong military, especially when they need it most.
Dr. Ng also talked about how Kuwait did not have a military that could adequately defend itself when it was invaded by Iraq in 1990. But Dr. Ng said it was fortunate that the US and other allies pushed Iraqi forces out.
But Singapore cannot depend on others to rescue us if we were ever caught in a similar predicament.
And that is why these men trained so hard. Today, these soldiers have fewer barriers to break compared to their seniors.
To train the first intake, they came in on mid-67. To teach them, it's not easy. They come in not mentally prepared to serve the 2 years of NS. That is the most hardest.
My generation, some of us didn't go to school. My buddy was a guy who was a farmer. He came in with zero education. 2 of us share one toilet. And we are told, this toilet is yours, you clean it every day. How do I communicate with this guy? So we were doing sign language on how it's your turn and my turn to do cleaning and all that.
And 50 years on, Dr. Ng says there's still much to protect in Singapore.
My family, and then my friends, and of course my home, Singapore.
When I see a person's life being resuscitated, it is the feeling of a life being saved is something that's very precious. So materialistic things do not matter to me, but life is what matters. So that's why I'll always protect my loved ones and my family.
And as NS continues to evolve, Dr. Ng says Singapore will keep finding ways to thank NS men who pledged to serve and protect
The Republic of Singapore and the borders of my command.
Prevailing market conditions